Hey, it's Sabrina Covington coming to you from my home office. Managing broker of Covington and Associates. Today I'm going to walk you through the questions you need to answer in order for us to write a perfect purchase agreement for you. So I'm getting ready to meet with a client in San Francisco, obviously on Zoom, and I'm writing his purchase agreement. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity for me to run through the questions that have to be answered in order to do this. So here we go. Number one, what is your desired initial offering price? Keep in mind the seller can counter, and it's also a seller's market. Number two, how much would you like to offer for earnest money? What is earnest money? It's unregulated, however, it's typically 1 to 3% of the purchase price. That's the money that has to go into escrow within 3 business days after an accepted offer. So you need to have that liquid and available. You know, if you need to move that out of a retirement account now, get it available, get it available. And that's the money you could potentially lose if the deal goes south and it's your fault and you don't perform. So keep that in mind. What is your desired close of escrow date? This can be anything. 21 days, 30 days, 90 days, something like that. Whatever's agreed upon. It has to be a weekday, non-holiday, all that good stuff. How will you send your earnest money? Do you want a wire, personal check, or cashier's check? Tell me now, because it's a pain in the butt to change. It happens all the time. We mark wire, someone says I want to write a check, then everyone has to agree. It's not a good way to start a transaction. Don't do it. Is your offer contingent upon selling another home? That's a big deal. In this market, that doesn't fly very well, but everything's negotiable. What are the names of the buyers? Legal names. Give me your legal names, exactly how you want them set in stone on title. Do you like middle initials? Do you hate middle initials? Do you tell me exactly your legal name and how you want it on title? I'm personally not, I don't like my middle initial. I just like straight name. Are there any buyers that want to be on title that are not on the loan? Just something I need to know for the contract. Are you purchasing the home in an entity? Are you purchasing it in a trust, LLC, corporation? Keep in mind, typically lenders won't let you do that if you're getting a loan. If you're paying cash, you can do whatever you want. I mean, big surprise, right? You can buy property in a trust, LLC, corporation if you're paying cash. But if you're getting a loan, typically you have to do it in your personal names, transfer it right away into the entity after closing. I have to look at my cheat sheet. How long would you like to inspect the property? Old school is 17 days. That, again, doesn't fly in this market. 10 to 12 days is a very reasonable amount of time to book a home inspector, be at the inspection, get the report, go through the report, request the seller, any health and safety repairs, whatever's negotiated, come to an agreement. That all needs to happen right away within a reasonable amount of time is 10 to 12 days. Okay. What type of loan are you using if you're using a loan? Again, cash is king. Great. There's conventional financing, FHA, and VA, and then a smattering of other financing like CalHAPA that are rarely used. Also USDA loans. I'm going to shoot another video on that. Don't worry. Okay. What's your total down payment? So are you putting 0 down? 5%, 10%, 20%, 50%. Just keep in mind that earnest money is a portion of that. So that earnest money doesn't get lost. It gets counted for in your total down payment. We need to know that, and then from that we know your loan amount. And that's something you want to consult with your lender on, of course, because of all the different loan products. Okay. Do you have proof of funds for your down payment? Your whole down payment. I need to see a bank statement, retirement account, something that we can send with the offer to show that the money's real and it's available. It can be several different bank statements, but we don't like to show too many. We like to consolidate that if possible. Will this be your primary residence? Are you going to occupy the residence? There's a check box for that, and you have to stay in integrity with your loan. If you say you're going to live there, you need to live there. Okay. 2 optional initials. So when we're using electronic signature, it's very important that we don't load in signatures that you're just signing when they are optional. And I see a lot of realtors rush through this. So you got to liquidated damages. That has to do with who keeps your earnest money if the deal goes south. Both of these optional initials are only valid if both buyer and seller sign. I'm not an attorney. I'm not your legal counsel. I cannot advise you on whether to initial, but I can give you some guidance and some question and answer forms that will help you. Also, the liquidated damages clause is a very short paragraph that you can read yourself and understand. And then we have required mediation, and then the second optional initial is arbitration. Again, I'm not an attorney, but I can tell you that people have a little bit better frame of reference with arbitration. So arbitration is in lieu of going to court with the seller. In this case, you're the buyer. Again, only valid if everyone agrees. Arbitration is cheaper and faster than court, but it is binding. Going to court's expensive, typically, but you can appeal it. So arbitration, again, is cheaper and faster, but it's binding. You cannot appeal it. So those are the basics of it. All right. Next question. Would you like the seller to pay for a home warranty on the property? Home warranty covers the basics of the house, like appliances, AC, can cover pool, those type of things. Most people are familiar with home warranties. Do you want the seller to pay for it? And let's get a good estimate for what that will be. What appliances will you be asking for? So when you tour a home, even though it's super fun, people get excited, it's good to look at all the appliances. Washer, dryer, stove usually conveys, refrigerator. Make sure it's something that you want, that you're not gonna have to get rid of later, and then you have to ask for it. Make sure everybody's clear on the terms. So look at the appliances. This is kind of a little specialty item in the contract, but are there mounted TVs in the house? And do you want those mounts left on the TVs, or do you want them patched and painted? So again, a thing, don't get too head in the clouds when you're looking at property, and look at those little details so that the offer is clean and you're asking for what you want. Termite clearance. Should be another video, but we try to leave termite out of the main contract unless you're a VA buyer. So I can do another video on termite, but we like to keep it out of the contract and then put it in the request for repairs, because then the lender doesn't see it, okay? And it makes life easier for everybody. Sorry, lenders. Have you ever used DocuSign before, and are you comfortable DocuSigning documents? Just a basic question. Send me all your emails if anybody's signing so I can use DocuSign. And, send me your mailing address. And are you planning on going out of town during the escrow period? Oh my gosh, I've had this with buyers and sellers where we forgot to tell you we're going to Maui for our anniversary. I'm like, well, we have a real estate transaction to complete, and you need to let me know if you're going to be out of town so we can compensate or plan for that. And those are the basic questions. If you answer all of those questions, I can write your California purchase agreement. Residential, of course. So if you see a property, I always say, if you see something, say something. Give me a call. If you see a property you like, let's write you an offer. Let's get you in to see the property and represent you properly. As always, you can call me, 760-703-2907. Sabrina Covington, Covington and Associates. Have a great day.